Welcome back. I am now joined by Laura Burton with the Kansas Children's Discovery Center, and I guess we also got the green memo.
We did.
What
well,
a morning.
Springtime,
yes.
right? It's the perfect day to wear something green and springy, and that's why we're doing some science that's green and springy. Right?
There we
All
go.
works together. So we've been having so much fun at the Discovery Center the last few weeks with all the nice weather. We've been doing a lot of nature-oriented things. This is one that we really like, and this is a great one for families to do at home too. This is a little bit of a chlorophyll collaging.
Okay.
So, and it's really fun because it involves using hammers. So really super simple. You go out to your yard, get a couple flowers, get a few things. I've got some vinca here. I've got a dandelion here. I've got some yarrow, which is actually working really well.
Ooh.
I know, yeah. And I recommend when folks do this at home that they get a little painter's tape. This makes this a little simpler for kiddos. Okay. Tape down your stuff, and then you get to hammer it and put it on your paper.
Yes.
I know. Won't this be
Take
fun?
out some rage a little bit.
Exactly, exactly. Depending on how messy you want to get, you can always put another piece of paper on top of it. That's probably what we'll do here.
Okay.
Or you can just hammer into it. And then there's a lot of different ways of exploring that. You know, kids are learning when they're doing this about what's inside a plant that makes it green, which is that chlorophyll. Here, let's stick some paper on here, and then I'll let you take out some aggression.
There we go.
So here's my tip. Give it a good hammer on your different objects there. There you go. You're looking it over.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. We're giving it a little hammer. I like it.
Stem 2?
Yep. Stem 2. You want to hammer. And then we'll give it, once you feel like you've given them all a good whack, we'll go back in with the roller. And that'll help quite a bit. And then we'll give it a nice roll.
Trying to make sure I find the
find the flowers here. You can use paper towels for this step too. There we go. Oh yeah, see, now you're getting the power in there. It's strangely satisfying, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, and then we're gonna come in and we're gonna get it nice and flat. I'll let you keep working on that for a minute. Just flatten it out. And when kids do this, of course, they'll do it lots of different ways. This is one that my kiddo did yesterday, which I'm gonna call I like hammering, right? That's just hammering. That's all he wanted to do. You can also, once you've hammered a little bit, you can kind of take your, there we go. You can take some of your chlorophyll and just paint in, make little pictures.
There you go.
Whatever you want to do.
You can create some pretty projects.
Okay, how are you feeling about your collage here?
I don't know, I'm a little nervous.
Let's pull this off. Let's see how this does. Let's see how we do here. We've got our vinca flower, which is so pretty. See, it starts to make that little print there.
Not very big.
You know, it's not about the size of the flower print, right?
Oh, that looks cool.
The dandelion, so pretty.
Yeah, that looks cool.
And again, this yarrow, we were doing this yesterday. If you've got a yarrow, it just makes like a little imprint. So you're starting to get some prints there.
Yay!
So very well done. And again, now that we've got these, we can use these to kind of paint and do things. So again, it's kids who are using some nature to influence what they're doing. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Isn't that so nice? It's strangely satisfying.
It definitely is.
And really fun. Plus, again, the hammering is a fun part with kids. So it's a nice motor activity for kiddos, and also just kind of gets them out exploring and doing things outside. Of course, if you're not into hammering in your own home, come to the Discovery Center. We're always doing fun things like that. We still have Thomas the Train, the special exhibit with us until May 11th. So folks don't have a ton of time left to get over there and see Thomas, but they've got a little bit, and that has been really, really fun. Another thing I want to point out to our visitors, you know, during the spring it gets very busy. Field trips are coming in a lot. We have a field trip forecast on the website. So when you're planning your visit,
make it easy.
Yes, go to kansasdiscovery.org/forecast and you can see how many field trip kids will be in the building and can plan around some of those larger groups.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's oddly satisfying. And parents, when your kids do this, I mean, look, you have some great desk artwork to put up.
You really do. Absolutely. You're ready to go. Yours is very creative. I like that. I like the abstract squiggles.
Thank you.
You know, and again, if your kid just does this, that's great too. Mine had tons of fun.
Yeah, all of the above. It looks great.
He just kept hammering. It was just the best part.
Absolutely.
You know? It's not every day someone tells you a hammer and hands you a hammer and says, just go for it.
I mean, that's honestly the most fun part of the whole entire thing. But yes, well, thank you so much for being here this morning. It was a great way to end the week.